This is St. John, chapter 12, verse 31. Now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out. I want to start off, of course, giving all honor and glory, infinite praise and worship to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, or HAQADASH. Double honor to our apostles, our elders, great millstone, who will teach you on sound doctrine. Foreshadowing to the hopeful elect, and rest a large multitude of men and the children of the Lord will have mercy on these last days. Alright, it's your brother HAQADASH, representing GMS branch here in Cleveland, Lord willing, to bring out a quick hit, a GMS quick hit through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. And as you can see on the screen, whether real or fake, it's a video that I'm not going to play, but it's a still that I took. And it says satellite wreckage crashes down from space, and they showed like the the smoke and and so forth. But if it fell from that high, this thing should have been burnt up pretty much. But anyways, whether real or fake, this is a foreshadowing of things to come. Okay, this is a foreshadowing of things to come. Okay, these are omens, just like when the one guy had set himself on fire and he ran towards the White House. That's an omen. Okay, those were examples of, and he had an American flag shirt on. Those are examples of, all right, through the spirit of what's to come to the place called Babylon the Great. All right, the mother of harlots. All right, the mother of witchcrafts. Okay. So this satellite wreckage crashes down from space, which again is a foreshadowing of things to come. I'm gonna read John 12 and 31 again. It says, now is the judgment of this world, right? And that's what the Lord is coming to bring, because the world is governed by the wicked. Okay, so he's spread himself like a green bay tree, which means he's touched, okay, the world with his essence, if you will. Okay, what he deems to be glory, he's touched the earth with it. So as everything's defiled, other than the inhabitants thereof, so therefore it has to be purged. Okay, by fire, first by flood, the first judgment, the second judgment, second death. It's fire. It says, St. John 12 and 31, now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out. And that's what the Lord is coming to do. He's coming to cast out the prince of this world, the prince of darkness, the ones of spiritual wickedness in high places that uphold these ways and practices and laws. Okay, this is for Isaiah 14 and 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? You see, because suddenly is his destruction. Okay, meaning unexpectedly, or as we went into that word suddenly, suddenly before, meaning unprecedented, unprepared. Okay, so it's gonna come like a thief in the night. Okay, the ICBM missiles are gonna penetrate this horde, man, at a massive rate, to the point it's gonna destroy her, man. And by the ICBM missiles is gonna, hit the earth, all right, in places where wickedness was at its max. So it's posing the question, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Lucifer means, okay, heaven. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven? Heaven is a state of rulership. Okay, it's a condition of prosperity. Okay, and dominance over things that are that stand in front of you. Okay, such as people, land, animals, and so forth. You have dominance over it. That's what makes you the king, and pretty much declares you as the king of that domain. Okay, which is your heaven, and this is Esau's heaven. He's the king of this domain. Okay, he has power over the minds of the people. his government, right? Govern meant goes into control the mind, right? Meant means mind, govern means control, so control the mind. But the Lord is ushering in a new government, okay? A new mind control, if you will. You know? So in order to do that, we have to take out the one who's in power. Because there can't be two powers, you know? And he's given this power on high by YAHWAH. So it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, your current state of rulership, right? Your domain. Oh, Lucifer. Lucifer means light bearer, okay? One who has light, okay? And Esau has a form of light. He has an artificial, all right, form of light, which, you know, he's created in the means of his philosophies and doctrines and his religions and things of such to be painted as a way of truth, okay? Which is, he's trying to portray himself to be illuminated, which we are the true, if you will, Luciferians, or the true eliminated ones, man. Okay, so Lucifer is just a term that means light bearer. Okay, because the scripture talk about Satan transformed himself into an angel of light, roughly paraphrasing, and that's what Esau did by setting up his philosophies and his doctrine. All right, his way of thinking on the earth, man. Okay, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Right, the way since he upholds death, if he pushes his ways on you, therefore you are going to adopt death, and that's what the world has adopted, death, mainly here in Babylon the Great. Okay, mainly here in Babylon the Great. It says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. Right, and he did this by the means of his satellites, as you see here on the screen. Satellite wreckage crashes down from space. Again, whether this video is true or not, he's accomplished some of this to a degree. Okay, this is why you have satellites in the ocean. You have satellites above in the waters above. You have that's him extending to the heights of the heavens. Okay, that's his eyes. Okay, and him being able to see from afar and see in secret, etc. He's trying to play like the Most High. But thou hast said in thy heart, his mind, I will ascend into heaven. And that's how he did it. Okay, by the means of his planes. Okay, that operates off technology, and by the means, all right, of his satellites. Okay, that send airwaves and air signals from a distance onto the, the towers that are here on the ground. And it distributes, amongst the citizens, all right, across the world. Okay, it provides information, all right. It takes and receives information. It says, I will exalt my throne, and that's Esau playing God, trying to control the information we receive. It says, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. And right, they also have a space force. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. And this is going into Israel, right? He called himself the people, right? He exalted his throne above the stars of the Most High, which means he started to call himself the people, and he started to portray himself as having a form of godliness. That's why it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, on Lucifer? Like, damn, nigga, you a god, and why are you falling? Right? When something's falling, when it's so high up, it falls at a certain altitude and a certain angle, all right, and to the point uncontrollably, it catches on fire and it's consumed by the fire in which it's falling. While it's falling, it gains more momentum, all right, which makes it hot and it heats up and catches on fire. And that's what's ultimately going to happen in Babylon the Great. This is it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Right? 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. You see? And the meaning, the Lord is going to bring thee down to a bitter state, the grave eventually, which is hell. He's going to bring you to that lower state. You see? He's gonna make you bear. How he's, the Lord is making you bear right now. I'm lifting up your thigh. I mean your skirt and revealing your thigh. Okay, yeah, and your undergarments and so forth, revealing your secrets, man. Then, cause Yahawashi said the same thing. Matter of fact, this is Luke. It's Luke 10 and 18. It says, he said unto them, right? This is someone Yahawashi. I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. Lightning strikes fast, okay, and it pierces the ground. Okay, that's what lightning does. Okay, it's dramatic. It's dramatic and it's fierce. All right, and it's momentum. And this is how Esau's kingdom, all right, the Lord is making, all right, a connection between lightning and Esau's fall. You know, which he's describing it to be fierce or fast. Okay, a quick strike. You know, scriptures talk about in 1 hour thou should be destroyed. So Esau, it seemed like he reigned for a long time, but he's falling quicker than he arose to some type of status, in his world. He's falling faster than he established his kingdom, man. It took him years, hundreds of years to be where we are now, just to fall in 1 hour, man. And really, he's falling right now. He's been falling since America. When you go into Revelations, since America, became a so-called nation. That was the start of his fall, man. But especially more so now in this latter time. So Yahawashi saying in Luke 10 right here, he said, unto them I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven, fall from his glory. Behold, and that's pretty much it. That's the point I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So Yahawashi was making a statement as such as well. Okay. We close with this. This is Revelations chapter 3. It says, hold on, Slacky. I mean chapter 3. Let's go to 12. This is Revelations 12, and let's see. Let's start at 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Right? A dragon is when you go into the etymology, it's going to say a huge serpent, and Esau is the serpent that goes back to the Garden of Eden, that brought a philosophy and a doctrine unto the children of light, and it corrupted their minds, and therefore it became them, because that's the thought process that they now carry. They adopted. As a man thinketh, so is he. And here through Adam, like the scripture tell you in 2 Edges 4, the evil seed was sown to Adam from the beginning, and now here we are. Here are the results. So now it produced a seed of wickedness that sprouted into the earth, and is going to reach a certain pinnacle of growth. Okay, which now this serpent has transformed himself into a dragon. At one point in time, the tail was cut off, and then you had the Renaissance period, which now he came back into power, leading up all the way to today, which now he's a dragon. So this time the Lord is coming to cut the head off, so that the dragon won't grow and come back into power. Okay, and cutting the head off will be starting with the elites and the bankers, but going against cutting their children off, like it says in Isaiah, 14. That's the head, so that they don't continue to teach their children, continue to rise to be the same people. All right, and causing the same destruction on the earth. So the Lord has to cut the whole son, nephew, etc. off. So the Lord is coming to fight against this great dragon. He's gonna cut the head off. And that's Esau Edom. And the dragon fought, and his angels, his military, his choppers, his his fighter jets and so forth. His men, right? Those are Esau angels that's going to fight against the heavenly angels. It says, which makes sense why the Lord will put the battle axe or weapons of war, all right, in our hands during that time, raising up mighty men to execute judgment and vengeance. Say, I will roughly paraphrase, I will execute vengeance by the hands of my people Israel upon Edom. It's going to roughly paraphrase going into that, because the men too, because we are part of his military. The ICBM missiles are part of his military. Revelations 12:8, and prevail not. So they're not going to get the victory. As you can see, as this Omen satellite wreckage crashes down from space, is an example. It's a foreshadowing of Esau's kingdom and his state. All right, as a nation. All right, he's coming fast, man. Okay, to the point that it's gonna it's picking up so much momentum, he can't stop it if he wanted to. And prevail not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. See, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, right? It's the same entity. And Satan, which deceived the whole world. He's able to do that at a fast rate because knowledge has increased, and the Lord allowed him to put satellites into the air, which carries signals and waves, so that the internet can be used and shared to the four corners of the earth, and we can watch the same thing in Africa as we are in America, watching the same videos, right? The satellite going into the Urim and the Thummim, the lights, but also going into the unicorn, which is this internet, right? Pursuing the Isaiah 9, the Isaiah 19, going with the internet, man. So, this is prophecy being fulfilled, so that we too, not Isaiah 19, what am I thinking about, bro? I'm drawing a blank. If a brother know what I'm talking about, you can put it on the comment board. But so yeah, that's the point. This man's system is out of here, man. Scripture talk about we will have healed Babylon in Jeremiah, but she is not healed, because there's no ointment or healing medicine, any remedy that you could put on the patching up of Babylon the Great. She's far beyond healing, and the people don't want to admit that. But see, you have stuff like this. These are signs, all right, that indicate on how YAHAWASHI feel about the current state of the world. And so Esau Edom, because he didn't want to put that damn satellite in the air, man. The angels is slowly working and picking up pace, and they're knocking shit down, man. Let me grab this real quick. This is damn, what am I thinking about? This is Psalms 19. I'm tripping. Yeah. This is Psalms 19. Yeah, that's what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm not gonna read it, but this goes into the internet. You know what I'm saying? The unicorn that's spearheading this information to the four corners. All right, and continuing on, closing out. You know what I'm saying? Revelations 12. It says, I believe we left off at that verse. Let's see, 9. The great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Right? He was brought down from his lofty estate. And that's why in Isaiah 14 to talk about this is he, all right? This is the man that weakened the nations. He had to do so much witchcraft to to blinding people to thinking he was a king. He had power and he was a god. But little did they find out that over time that this God bleeds, this God dies. And that's no God at all. And this is why, you know, the Lord put us in this situation. We're gods, but we don't resemble gods, be based off our condition. You know, we have to die and perish like one of the people that's not gods. We're gonna be able to live forever. A God lives forever. So the Lord put us in a state as the nations. So you see, which are no gods at all. And closing out, this is 10. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, right now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed, YAHWASHI. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before the Most High day and night. So there you have it, man. You know, this devil is being cast down. All right, he's the accuser. He's trying to go before the Most High and, you know, set the traps and then point the finger. You know what I'm saying? Showing you that this is Esau because he's the accuser of his brother. All right, the Edomites. You know, he broke the brotherly covenant. All right, and he came against his own mother's son. You know. So yeah, man, this is just a quick hit, man. All right, satellite wreckage crashes down from space. A foreshadowing of things to come. All right, Lord willing, this is edifying because the satellites uphold, like I said earlier, the information to be able to spread abroad. It allows the digital system to maneuver at a healthy pace, because you know the signals are bouncing off each other and is able to transfer and maneuver around. All right, the land masses. So his satellites coming down is a part of that darkening that the Lord talk about when it comes to, all right, you seeking wisdom and knowledge and not being able to find it because the internet's going to go down. That's a part of his this system crashing. It's the information being able to be expressed. We're not going to be able to do this forever. We're not going to do this forever. We're not going to be standing on street corners forever or doing these videos forever, man. When these satellites, you see, this is an example, all right, that the famine is coming, or the word, man, because the satellite crashing is an example of many things. His system going down, his kingdom going down, the internet going down, this information being hid and sealed, all right, for the remaining of the household of faith, which are the elect, all right, and large multitude of men, women, and children, right? The Lord is sealing things up on the right hand side and the left hand side. So, hey, man, again, this is just an omen, just a foreshadowing. All right, foreshadowing of things to come. And I'll leave you with this. When you go into the word foreshadow, it says indicate beforehand, and that's what prophets do. Prophets explain things that's going to happen and indicate things that's going to happen beforehand. All right, it's a foreshadow. It says the notion seems to be a shadow thrown before me. It says, let's see. It says, which is breaking it down, which is a compound word for before in time, right? Rank, right? Like hierarchy, position. All right. And shadow, overspread, shade, protect, cover, provide, cast, shadow. I hate when they do that. Mark, right? So a before mark, that's what a foreshadow is. A before mark. A mark is used as a means of communication, and is used as a means of expression, and and it indicates like the start or the end of something. A mark does, and that's what a foreshadowing is. A foreshadowing is a before mark. All right, so here you have it, the satellite crash, which is a before mark, meaning, and the mark is what sign, that is a before sign of something that's about to take place in near and upcoming future. So Lord willing, this edifying again. I would like to start off, not to start off, but I like to give all honor and glory and for praise and worship to again Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH, and honors to our apostles, elders, great ministers, doing we well, teach well, and sound doctrine, and strong shalom to the hopeful elect and the rest of the large multitude, remembering the children that the Lord have mercy on us. Again, it's your brother Kadash, blah 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 blah, DTA soon, shalom.